It is 7 o'clock. It's the last Tuesday of the month. I am Miss Tanya. I'm going to say that one more time just in case somebody didn't hear, just in case somebody logged on and I had already said it. I'm going to say it again. It is 7 o'clock. It is the last Tuesday of the month. We right here live at the Poet's House. I am Miss Tanya the Poet, and we're just here to do an open mic. So we're going to do this thing. We're going to pass the open mic. I got my girl back here behind me. Wait, where you at? There she is, right there, right behind me. We're going to do this thing. That's what we're going to do. It's open mic. I got artists who are chiming in. I got some artists in the backstage back here, and we just going to keep it going. I got some who continuously check in. So what I think I'm going to do is first up, you know how it goes. We're not going to overcomplicate it. Open mic is what it is. I don't know who's going to come in. I don't know what they might perform. I've got some people who sign up, but guess what? Some of the people sign up and sometimes they don't come on time. And you know, I push that button at 7. They don't make it in the backstage. Hey, they ain't got nothing to do with me. So we're going to get it pumped up and we're going to get it started. I got my girl Ayo right back here behind me. She going to open us up tonight with the piece. How you feeling, Ayo? You about ready to do something? All right, I'm going to just slide. I'm going to slide over here. Boom. Whoa. Take that mic.
How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I hope everybody's doing good because I certainly am. See if I can get in the frame. Oh, there she goes. This piece is called Soft Shoe. Soft shoe. I can't help it. Can't stand to be thy clown. Sweat of the brow, checked and wearing a crown. No thoughts of ascension out. Welted and pelt. No verses like hearses from the Bible belt. Felt channel waters, the blue Nile. As we knelt, I can't help it, can't stand to be that clown. Chattel and plow, wrecked and furrowing brow. Sown thoughts of rejection out. Smeltered and welled. So purses like nurses from the royal shelf. Self-sorters of pink sand, the grenadines as we fan. I can't stand to be thy clown. Hallowed brow, vexing and burrowing bow. Gone, sought after, lessons out, sheltered and held. It's a decision to be well. That's called Soft Shoe.
Y'all heard it. Soft Shoe. That's my girl. Ayo in the building. That's how we do it. Flowtown, we do it like that. Actually, none of us really do it like this. Typically, how we do it, you guys know, we're usually downtown. COVID-19 has really changed a whole lot. It really has. And it's brought us to this new way of streaming, new way of connecting. And so we just here and we're going to stream it to you. I got 2 artists in the background. I got, matter of fact, let me move over. Let me get right here. Let me get right in frame so I can get at my controls and everything. Got my artist here. I'm getting ready to unmute my guy, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. How you feeling, man?
Hey, I'm doing well. You surprised me. I was sitting here getting my bearings, but I'm ready.
Listen, that's how it goes. It's open mic.
This is rapid fire.
You know, I'm going to tell you, I have been to open mics that are very structured, and I can appreciate that. But you tell the truth, brother, you know, like a real open mic. It's just a situation where, hey, you don't really know what's getting ready to happen. You might be up next. You don't know. It might be 10, 15 poets on the list. It might be 3, 4. Just make that thing work.
Well, I'm ready. I don't know what your rules are because it's my first time sitting with you, but I can do a few.
Rules are do your thing.
Okay. All right. Well, I am a now published author. So I'm going to read a poem or 2 from my book, After the Snap. This is a narrative piece of poetry or pieces of poetry from my ending of my first marriage. So I wrote this to heal, and I hope, you know, some of the poems strike a chord with listeners who are healing from heartbreak. Okay. I wrote this. It's called Broken, and it was kind of inspired because I write a lot to soul music. Like when I want to chill and decompress, I throw on some good R&B and I get to writing. So this one, if you know the song "I Who Have Nothing" by Luther Vandross, well, it was originally sang by some others, but Luther is the version I like listening to. So it's called Broken. And his version, his song that inspired this was called "I Who Have Nothing." Broken. I who am broken. I who have spoken too soon, as I now have no one, and it's now a year into June. I have been lost, deserted, adrift in the sea of my own emotions. I'm intermittently frenzied to frozen. Numb to the reality of my shattered heart, this was a clean break, no soft tissue fracture. Who will help me pick up the pieces? That is going to be the hardest part. See, I who've been knowing, I who can't tell if he's coming or going. They look at you with sorrow in their eyes, more like that poor man. They can see the sadness inside. They can read as my pen just cries. I couldn't pretend anymore. No amount of sedative can conceal these lies. Now that the world knows and can have a good laugh at me, I lay broken on this tiny apartment floor, disgusted at what I see. I'd like, if I have time, to read something not connected to the book. This is a piece that I wrote that was inspired by two things. One, the controversy a few weeks ago of the entanglement, where everybody was all wrapped up in Will and Jada's marital affairs, pun intended, and and the ongoing saga of why we ain't got no justice for Breonna Taylor. So what I tried to do was merge both the public shaming that people were doing in the Will and Jada spectacle, and then the public shaming that those in our woke community were doing for people who were worried about entertainers when we should be worried about Breonna Taylor. So in poetry form, I tried to do both. So here goes. It's called Willpower. I feel like I'm staring at a blank page, caught between telling my ugly truth for all to see or going on sabbatical and entering myself into therapy. Many out there will judge me. They are all pretty sure what they do. All the perfect people with their hangups. Marriage is a strange series of entanglements in its infinitely complicated constructs, especially a public persona while living a private life. All the while you stay glued to social media while having my soul placed in a grinder by my wife. See, I happen to be one of the so-called lucky ones. And I guess to even be sitting here and be judged by all you perfect people, this is my reminder. If you ask what my secret is, I guess I have to tell you later. But instead, how about we get some justice for Breonna Taylor? See, familiarity breeds contempt. I sit here before you verklempt. I have worn the mask for 20 plus, and I stay down like Sterling K. Brown, but I guess this is us. People throwing stones when their answers are still wrong. I'm a living, breathing being who deserves empathy. I shouldn't be exempt because of celebrity. My real life is not on reel to reel. This ain't no red band. What's real life is knocking down the blue wall and cops caught with the red hand. See, defund reality TV, defund the police. Nancy DeVos sending our kids back to Contagion. Repost this like you do all those viral videos of the wildness of the Karens. Shit crazy. And I'm out here looking at the great egret. I hope this doesn't end up being my biggest regret. It's time for divestment. Please send your child to the nearest HBCU. It's an investment. Similarly, as in Black Banks and Zuzus, it's time for Kuji Shagalia to meet Sankofa. It's time to elevate to the next station. We leaving this one for sure. And we ain't taking no vaccines. Social distancing from the white man is the cure.
Snaps on snaps on snaps. Snappity snap snap.
Yeah, so I tried to merge both.
That's what I'm talking
about.
I like that, man. I see what you did there. And listen, since you brought the entanglement subject up, I guess we could speak on it. Brother, now we've been having entanglements throughout history. I mean, this is not the first entanglement
Yeah.
experienced, heard of, or know about.
Yeah.
Um,
I have some relatives, family members that have had them for years.
you understand me? Listen, if it wasn't for entanglements, I think it would be a lot of us who would not be on the planet.
Ooh,
Let's keep
ooh,
that real.
ooh,
There's
ooh,
some entanglement babies out here.
ooh. You're on somebody's front porch now.
You understand entanglement has brought forth life. So let's not make entanglement seem like, it's all, you know. But what the question I really want to ask you is, how do you feel about them actually speaking on it? Because I mean, they made it our business. Under most circumstances, I got to be honest, I really wouldn't have cared about it.
Yeah.
Because like I said, entanglements are always happening.
Look, first of all, I think we all would have guessed anyway, but I think it's a combination of who it was with and then the way it was presented to us, and I felt a lot of things about it. First of all, I'm always striving to be a more perfect man in this sense, without trying to mansplain stuff that I have no context on, or using my male bias to do something that shames a member of the opposite gender, or, whatever, the opposite perspective is. I don't want to be. So what I found, like everyone else, is initially the memes and all the commentary on it. So while scrolling through, I don't spend too much time on reality. My wife it watches some of that stuff, and I try to like go the other room and turn on the sports or something else, anything else, Family Guy, anything else,
right?
Reality. But when I was initially seeing all that stuff, I saw it was heavily slanted in Will's favor, where everybody was like, poor Will. And then I had some other thoughts like, well, men have been kind of having little side things, historically, and no one comes to, their partner's, defense, like, oh, poor her, that poor woman, not in large part. So that's kind of my initial thoughts on it. And then, secondly, it was none of my business. And then thirdly, I really didn't have the like, again, not being a person who is entertained by reality TV. I think some ways they invited all of this, by letting us in their living room, in their bedroom, so to speak.
Right.
And I think that is, to me, that will remove any sympathy I might have for you. Like, this poem was kind of it as far as my way of like feeling like, oh, poor them.
Right.
But after that, I didn't lose any sleep. I mean, I was just like, well, hey, they opened it up, so they must want to talk about it.
I felt the same way, because I was like, yeah, it's not our business, but come on, they just waltz right into our everybody's watching stuff online.
Mm-hmm. And we home, we ain't got nothing else to do.
They just walk right into our spaces, right onto our phones, our tablets, our computers, however you receive media.
Mm-hmm.
And, and they just brought that to us. So I was like, I'm gonna be honest. I consider them to be really intelligent people, people who seem to be thoughtful about their careers, about their family, and particularly about some of the moves that they make. So I really was surprised that they addressed it. I really felt like, even though the young man came out and made a statement, I was like, did they have to respond? What is it that made them respond to that? I just couldn't understand.
Well, let me
why not just
what helped me? I was like you. What helped me understand why is because they controlled the narrative. They put it on their platform and invited you to come see it. As uncomfortable as it was, dollars make sense. They are entertainers. They've been entertainers for over 30 years. They know how to entertain. They know how to get in character. They know how to, they're actors. So as much as this might pain them in all of the conventional ways that having something like this happen to you, I think equally number one, it happened a little bit in the past. Not that you ever get over something like this, but
Right.
they've known that they've been dealing with this. So they plugged into that, and then it was showtime. And they said 1, 2, 3, and scene. And that's how they ended up doing it. And that's probably why, because the almighty dollar.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, I tell you what, I enjoyed your piece. And one more time for Breonna Taylor, for sure.
Yeah.
That's definitely a subject matter that we're gonna talk about that a little bit more. I'm gonna bring another poet in.
All right.
Let everybody know that, hey, after the snap, all right? So we're gonna bring you back. I'm gonna mute you a little bit. And guys, it's open mic. It's the last Tuesday of the month. This is how we do this thing. This is how it goes down. I am Mstonyathepoet the poet. I got my girl back here. You know, she act like, boom, boom. Where you at? Whoa. She back there. We're doing it like, listen, y'all. I'm going to just be honest with y'all because you know I like to keep it real. See, what had happened was, right? So I had a long day. I came into the studio. I got here a little late. I got here really right before she got here. And I didn't set up the second camera. I really didn't. So I was like, girl, listen, I got just enough time to get this camera set up, get behind this cockpit, get the artists in here, and we're going to do this open mic. It's just going to be very organic. You just sit back there. When it's time for you to do your thing, I'm going to pass the mic. I'm going to move out the way. Something like that, and we gonna do it. So we got mad love for y'all, and we just want to have a whole lot of fun. I got Miss Attitude. Miss Attitude, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Mr. Keon, I love your poetry. Just want to give him a shout out.
Yeah, wasn't Keon really, really great?
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of positive messages. We're gonna bring him back in. And I got Marquez in the back room. I'm gonna bring him up very, very soon. But Miss Attitude, how you been doing during the quarantine?
I've been doing. A tree fell on my house. I'm getting my house repaired. So it's just been kind of hectic and stressful, but they will not steal my joy.
Don't let it steal your joy.
I write a poem every day.
You do? Well, I tell you what, Miss Attitude, everybody, you know, we see your little avatar right there bumping. Miss Attitude, y'all already know. You guys who come onto the open mic, you know, Miss Attitude, she's like, listen, I'm not here for the camera stuff. I'm here to do the poetry. So you not get ready to be all up in my house, all up in my face right now, but I'm going to bring you these words. So Miss Attitude, you ready to bring it to him?
I am, and thank you for that. This poem is called Women 1, Men 0. Why men can't be more like women? Women have 3 jobs, 2 kids, a house, a car, going back to school, trying to do more, while a man is sleeping on his cousin's floor, can't find a job, never finished school, has excuse after excuse. His father drank, his mother used, and yet he wants to take over your house and rule. Stop it, fool, you dropped out of school, can't tie your shoes, ain't got a clue, rolling blunts all out of stunts, but still trying to fake the front. Can't back you up, but wants you to back that thing up. Comes to your house with a toothbrush and some Timbs. Did he just ask you to buy him some rims? I'm shaking my head before God and my grandma who's dead. I can't for the life of me understand why women can do so much more than a man. I guess it's because we have the woe in us. It gives us thrust, makes us soar, while men just roll around in our dust. Well, it's just a damn shame. I wonder, will things ever change? Men get all the glory, women all the pain. Well, we're the ones doing every damn thing. That's it. I'm marrying myself and buying my own ring. Thank you.
Snaps on snaps. Snappity snap, snap. Listen, you always bring that thing the way people need to hear it. You understand me?
Well, I have one more if you let me.
You already know. You already know it's love. The mic is open. You ready to bring it now?
I am. It's all about relationships today from the women's point of view.
Well, do what you do. Come on through.
It's called And What? Stop with all that. Can you back that up? Okay, then. He's just a man. He's good to scratch that itch, but he can't change a light switch. He's not Superman, Aquaman, no Spider-Man or Batman, just a man. No more than or less than, well, mostly less than. Sometimes he can, sometimes he can't, but a man nonetheless. Nothing to get all impressed or pressed about. I've never been one to be too stressed about no man. They come, they go, some bend, some won't. Learn to take them as they come, the smart and the dumb. If the peen is good, I should clarify. Okay, ladies, you know I ain't lying. Good peen can put a sheen on anything. Got a job, looking for a job, a lazy slob. Don't matter if he's doing the job. That sounds so pitiful and pathetic. I wish I hadn't said it. I wish it wasn't true and I was lying. But there's no denying it's true, and you know it too. So stop with all that and back it on up, because you know he's just a man, not a man. And thank you.
Snaps on snaps on snaps. I tell you, you letting them know exactly how you feel. Leave no room to question anything.
I try to educate.
Absolutely. I tell you what, I'm gonna put you on mute. I'm gonna keep this thing going. I got somebody back here in the backstage, and I'm gonna get back to you. Is that all right with you?
Yes, that's fine.
All right. It's open mic night. I'm Mstonyathepoet. I got my girl back here behind me, Miss Io. She flipping through her poetry book pages. I see coffee stains in it. That's how you know a writer be writing and doing all them type things, you know. You might hear her laughing in the background. I already told her, I'm like, listen, you're going to be back here behind me. You're going to need to control your laughter. But she don't follow directions, y'all. So if you hear some little snickering, those type of things, it's her. All right? Just want to let you know. Marquez, how you doing, man?
Hello, how are you?
I am doing well. Welcome to our open mic. This is the first time we've got to meet. Tell me a little something about yourself.
My name is actually pronounced Marcus.
Marcus, okay.
Yes, common error. I've been hearing that all my life. It's all good. I am from South Carolina, by way of Charleston. Okay. My day-to-day, I'm a therapist. The writing has become kind of new for me, like maybe since 2017. This is my first open mic.
Wow.
Yeah, it's my first one. I saw one of my friends from college shared it, Ashley Gerald, and I was like, oh, that's dope, a virtual open mic. And so I saw it first thing this morning, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. And I looked my schedule, it worked out. Like normally I would have someone at 7, from 7 to 8, but today I kind of ended like right before 7. So it works out pretty good. Yeah, so I kind of write about like spiritual laws, you know, how people can become individual creators of their own experience. Yeah.
Respect. Okay, man. Well, I'm gonna let you do what you do. You ready to?
Say it one more time.
I said I'm gonna let you do what you do. You ready to do your thing?
Yeah, yeah. I do not have them committed to memory, so you know I'll be reading. So I won't really be looking. I'll be reading.
That is quite all right. This thing is open mic, and as long as you wrote it, I don't have no problem with it.
Definitely.
You can read your own stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In the grand scheme of things, my reality rings true with the harmony of liberty, intermingled with the rhythm of prosperity. Too free to be bound, and if you listen closely, you too will be liberated by the sound. A sound filled with sweetness, yet incompleteness. Yes, sweet, but incomplete, as it is consistently growing as I expand in my knowing. A knowing fashioned in hope, accentuated by well-being, and what it resounds, simple yet profound. Things are always working out for me. This is my story. This is my song, knowing all the day long that I could never, ever, ever go wrong. Yes, this is my story and this is my song. Beloved, it's not a crime, but it is divine by design. Yes, It is divine by design that I find and follow my bliss, that I dare to wish, that I teach men to fish. This is my story, my song, my rhyme. And I know that it will grow in time as I am divine and eternal. My maternal and paternal connection invokes the resurrection of the Christ within. Do not get it twisted, for I'm not talking about sin. For if I do, you could never unlock the treasure from within. This I make mention that you may give your attention to that which you are wanting and not those things that are haunting. For it is my promise to you that things that are recognized are indeed multiplied. My story, my song, one that I will sing all the day long. It's not a crime, but it is divine by design. It is designed that you will find that which you seek. Thank you.
Nice, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I hear roots of your spirituality within your poetry as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it is my story, it is my song. You know, every Christian, good Christian, or if you went to church,
every colored Christian must know that hymn. And so so it's a blend not only of that, but it's a marriage with what we call, in my world of work, narrative therapy. And narrative therapy says that we are all creating our story.
Yes.
We're all creating a story within our minds, within our spirit, and life is demonstrating that story to us through situations, circumstances, and experiences. And so for me, my story, my song, one that I'm going to sing all day long, is this: that things always work out for me. And so that's the title of this work is actually My Story. That's what it's actually called, to encourage individuals to create whatever your story is going to be and sing that all day long. Whatever your story is going to be, you write it, you arrange it, you compose it, and life will begin to mold itself around the story that you project.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, man. You hear a bit, but I want to come back. I've got a question I want to ask you, but I'm going to save it because I'm going to bring another poet up and let them.
And I have tons more I would love to share. I'm here for it tonight. I'm here for it.
All right, man. Great. I'm glad to hear that. All right, guys, we are going to keep this thing going. It is open mic. I've got a few poets in the backstage. We've been just kind of having an intimate conversation about the work, some of the hot topics that are going on right now online in the community. Breonna Taylor, you know, why haven't someone been arrested yet? All right. I got a poet right here behind me. You guys know her. She's Io, and I'm getting ready to let her share my mic here. We're kind of sharing the mic tonight. You already know, if you didn't know, if you missed the first half of the show, what had happened was I didn't get a chance to set up a separate camera. So we're going to share this camera because that's what good artists do. That's what poets do. And I'm going to let my girl express herself. All right.
This one is called Chitty Chitty Bang. And living as deep in the woods as I do, I really need to get a chitty chitty bang bang. I need to get one. So, in any way. Life ain't what it seems. Gotta rip the seam of Grim Reaper's dreams. Move higher than being. Move higher than reptilian schemes. Move on. Move one closer. The divine is nigh. Been beyond sky, been beyond bird wings, chitty chitty ever changing, chitty chitty bang. Never walk unguided, God's eye. That means 2 sticks, yarn, high, hidden, hided, multiplying the divided fact. We ain't kin. This I been never alone. 50 miles per hour through work zone, kneecap, recap kneeling, letting go of the burn, keep untarnished crown, seek throne, not stool, jewel, not hoe, yet hoe on a row like ancestors' prayer of freedom paper, past deficit, collect stone, turquoise, cowrie shell, Galapagos, Paleolithic, paradise, pair of eyes, what she got, translucent, exorcise demons, her shield, indestructible shell. So much is turtle soup in foreign lands of amen, fasting, cleansing, sing hymns of never end. Close eyes to past tense, is, am, are, will, can stand in warrior spirit, raising head upon humble shoulders. Hush your mouth. Don't know what you talking about. That other God's kids have fallen. They fallen angels, hexing, triangles and circles. We run circles round their specters, scepters, cast spells without rehearsal, chitty chitty ever changing, chitty chitty bang. Never planned to get gotten. They saw it as rotten with no hope of a new nation. Justifiable gestation, eat big plates of non-GMOs. Baby step for what? We full grown, chitty chitty bangs. Indigo blue, sour weed, sweet gum, all the way home. Hush your mouth, I don't know what you talking about. That other God's kids have fallen. They fallen angels. Best to wear bangles, bent by teeth of Bengal tigers. Who want to talk about fire when chitty chitty bang? Make us over, make us nice, cause when we done, we're gonna be right. Midnight, moonlight, olive, magenta, was sent to deliver a message of forever. Dreams, reality, whatever, the will conceive, receive reception like 5G frequency towers powered with energizer, geyser at best. Call us Yellowstone, elephant range, strange being diamond amongst aligned chakras, otherworldly, sitting in your own arms, surreal, subliminal, sublime, chime, ting, ting, chitty, chitty, bangs, clear vision of astral projection, protection as we lay on grassy knolls, knowing what we know, wings unfold like sparrow, flock across the sky together in flight, make us over from nothing to nice.
Can I get some snaps? Can I do some snaps for me? Do some snaps till I get up in here. All right, y'all. We keeping it going. We gonna keep it going. You know what? You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna do a poem. Oh. All right. All right. This one is titled How Many Times? I don't care how many times they write or rewrite the story, how many times they change the lines, how many times we change leaders, how many lies are told, how many ideas they stole. Bodies, real humans were sold proudly, boldly, unapologetically, in a type of way like righteously, and it ain't right. I don't care how many times they keep trying to erase us from history. It is his story he's writing. We don't have to make history for our simple right to live, for fair rights in the justice system. Fair, not equal. Equal has not been working for us. And I ask equal to whom as our destiny looms in the hands of those who do not care for us. They do not care for humanity, making equal rights and justice a fantasy for those not of their skin. Skin brown like mine get left behind, no matter the hue. I don't care how many times we have to march, how many activists come on the scenes, how many hashtags we create, because Black lives matter. Women's lives matter. Me too, we need to feed hungry people. It doesn't take great genius for this. It takes great heart, humanity, unity. And I don't care how many times these words are spoken in how many different ways by how many different people, how many generations after generations. The message will never change. All humans have the right to life and liberty. Church folks will say amen in Jesus' name. Now, I don't care how many times you go to church or if you go to church or how much you make or what job you work. If service to another is not within your works, you have failed in my eyes. There is no prize for selfishness. I don't care how many times they try to persuade you to believe that Black history is not a part of all history, that our victories are not too their victories. Be us humble or bold in reverence with grace. Our history, our stories cannot be erased. They must be embraced by us. Oral history needs no books. Lessons are taught through voice, passed on by choice and received. Storytelling at its best indeed. We are more than words, so I don't care how many times we've been left off their pages. We've been here. We are here. We'll be here all ages. How many times will it take for you to get it? We are the live and living pages of our story. Our story.
Yeah.
All right? One love, my people. Let's keep up the fight. Keep it up. Respect to everyone who has lost their lives to injustice. Respect to those who are not receiving. Respect to those families who are not receiving the justice that they should for their family members who have been lost to injustice. And let's just appreciate everyone, these young people who are out here and they are putting themselves and their lives and their family lives in danger to know that they have to make a difference, to know that right now is very important, to know that right now the breath that they do have, even amongst a pandemic, is important. This is important work. So hats off to them. All right, so I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'm gonna get off of it. I'm gonna bring my man Keon in here. What's up, man?
What's up? I'm back.
All right. Let me get in frame. You know, we got a lot going on here tonight. So you about ready to share another piece with us, brother?
Yes. I'll be reading out of the book now, like they do in church.
Sounds great.
This one is called, it's actually a part 1 and part 2. It's called Love in the Abstract, part 1 and part 2. Love in the Abstract, a time for introspection while on the intersection of life. And I've wasted enough time, lost one wife. At the risk of sounding cliche, this is my cathartic way of dealing. What I need is time to deprecate. It's in the DNA of my writing. To describe altruistic fairy tale expectations of love, life is full of setbacks and rejections, they say. You'll hear no a lot more than you will yes. This is the incantation you'll hear most with analytics. People will chant themselves to talk themselves into insanity incessantly. Don't talk me to death incessantly or tell my ears. Fall randomly from my head, you drone on never realizing that I can't hear a word you just said. Now I must be missing the forest for the trees. Am I epidemically too naive? In it, through my journey, I became totally free. See, I got to stop trying to connect every dot. Some experiences are round trip, some abruptly stop. Thus, the ride I've been on, never reaching that crescendo. A series of bad notes. Unlike those other blokes, I have the wisdom gained from such epic fails. See, I glean understanding from where I made my missteps, and I look forward to setting sail. The deep blue sea sink me into the depths. My selfishness been trying to narrate for far too long till it's time to escape. Where to, you might say? An island off the coast of my wildest dreams, from fantasies to reality. Love in the Abstract.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow, man. I'm really loving your work. I mean, I enjoyed your work when we did verses.
Yes,
and I got to tell you, I'm so glad that you took the opportunity to join me here. I certainly appreciate it.
Yep. Do I have time for one more?
You absolutely do.
All right. Now, I told you I write a lot to music. So My favorite artist of all time is Stevie Wonder. So he has a song called Blame It on the Sun. So I wrote this poem called Blame It on the Sun. And here it goes. Blame it on the sun. Some time ago, I was in Lodabar, down in the doldrums. Not sure where my love next would be coming from. I blamed it on her, never looking in, and I suffered in silence. I took a knockout blow to the chin. And when they talk about resilience, what separates boys from men? When I began to feel shame, looking everywhere else to place blame, my heart was beating outside my chest. Looking in the mirror, my reflection couldn't be any clearer. As you go around making it everyone's fault, you fail to gain the understanding. The best lesson in heartbreak, that is where people begin to forgive and really start to live. See, blaming it on the weather, too hot or not enough shade. Blaming it on the moon, Mercury was in retrograde. Blame it on the music, too loud or not in the right key. My spirit was just tad off kilter, and I blamed it on my chi. My chi not being centered, my heart giving me side eye. Blame it on the day, never fall in love at nighttime. Blame it on all the members of a dating pool gone mutiny. Blame it on genetics, blame it on heredity. Blame it on the past, the future, and infinity. You know my heart, or hearts, ultimately. And then and only then will you know peace. No, my heart knows better. My heart no longer blames me. That's when I was ready to love again. And love finally found me. Blame it on the sun.
Snaps on snaps. Nice, man. Nice. Man, tell people how they can get in touch with you and how they can get that book. In fact, I want the book, so let us know how we can get that book.
I am searchable on Amazon. And again, as a creative, that is just a rush. When I shameless plug, I look up myself every day to make sure I'm not dreaming that I'm a published author, because it's something I've wanted to do since I was in the 7th grade. But let me get out here in the key. But the book is available on Amazon. I'm self-published. It's under Keon A. Furness after the snap. You can on Facebook. I'm Keon Furness. My poetry page is K Furness Spoken, and Soul Poet 75 on IG, and on Twitter, I am Flames Worthy.
All right, man. I tell you what, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you to stick around just a little bit more. I'm going to bring Marcus back in, okay, and then I'm going to bring Miss Attitude in, but we're going to wrap up. But I want you in the wrap. You're going to hang in with us?
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. It is open mic night. We've been having some really, really great poets here tonight. I'm just kind of loving the intimate vibe. I've got Keon in here. We've got Marcus in here, Miss Io. We also have Miss Attitude. I'm Mstonyathepoet. I'm your host here tonight. And, typically I just try to come in here and host, and whoever comes through, I just kind of want to give them an opportunity to share. But I tell you what, I'm feeling like sharing tonight. And so I want to read another piece. If y'all are all right with that, I'll read Leave Us Alone. I look up high as my heart sinks low. Another one meets the dust because they keep killing us. It really happens every single day. Every single day. Somewhere. 365 days, over 400 years. They trying to make this our forever in our world of Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Murder. And you know it's going to happen again, right? Because a lot of people don't get up and stand up for their rights, protest, kneel down. Some people talk about it for a minute, share opinions or comments on lines for likes to appear conscious, but never stood front line for nothing. With all that talk, they know you bluffing. We ain't doing nothing but huffing and puffing. But see, that's changed since I've written this poem. That's changed. You see the young people out here. You see people standing up for what's right. And somewhere, somebody's lay dead. Somebody's planning a funeral. There's a red light in somebody's front yard. A child lost a parent. While some of y'all just tired. But on the sidelines, though. But I'm going to leave y'all alone. Because that's what I want from them. As words begin to escape me, I don't mind that these type folks hate me because they could just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I can make it on my own. There's nothing good you have to offer me, officer. Officer, you want me to call you sir? Your vision is obviously blurred. Toy guns, cigarettes, and Carolina a book. What's dangerous to you? Tell me how that looks. Never mind. Just leave me alone. Leave us alone. If we're dangerous, leave us to ourselves. Let us destruct on our own. Your bigger fear is that we will construct on our own. We are builders, inventors, educators, educated. We are self-sufficient people. We don't need your approval to feel like we've made it or to make it. So leave us alone. Leave us alone, man. Why can't you just do that? If we scare you, I dare you to do that and leave us alone. These words, it's simple. I'm asking, what would really happen if you just leave us alone? Leave us alone. All right. It's open mic night. I am Mstonyathepoet. We want to send out love and healing vibrations to everyone who is being affected by COVID-19. There are people who we all know at this point by now who have been hospitalized, who are currently in quarantine, and it's serious. And I have some dear friends locally who are in the hospital right now, and I'd like to send out some healing vibrations to them. And I'd like each of you to focus on that and do that to people who are around you as well. All right. So I don't want to make it too heavy, but we've got to respect what's going on. And I want to bring Marcus back in. How you feeling, Marcus?
Amazing. Thank you for asking. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Like under the circumstances, I have absolutely nothing to complain about. I just want to choose the opportunity. And I say this, I choose the opportunity to be grateful.
Mm. Nice.
That's what it is. So you got another piece that you want to share with us?
I do. This one is called the parody of me. And again, it kind of deals with the whole notion of the law of attraction and how we are attracting us always to us. It was always intended since we descended that we would be the individual creator of our own reality. Once you take responsibility for this innate divine ability, you will be free from what feels to be rudimentary experiences, and the course of your trajectory will exceed that of human expectancy. This phenomena that we speak requires no special seat or that you sit at any man's feet. It doesn't require an impartation or formal education, but rather an identification. An identification to and with the self that you really are. The self that you have placed on the shelf. So rather than education or impartation, we would say an orientation. Once you have fully conceptualized that which source has materialized as you, scaffolding will begin and self-pity will come to an end. For this orientation will greatly assist you with your desired manifestation, yielding profound clarification. You will have a new advantage to manage, the advantage of you. as the real you will be seen in all you see, say, and do. Simply put, all that you see around you is as a result of you. We offer these words to stimulate that you may voluntarily and deliberately create. You are likened to that of a magnet, attracting all things like you to you. Yes, you. That's exactly what we do. It has been said that birds of a feather flock together, and they do so by their similarity. One might say that from me, life is making a parody, acted and demonstrated by things attracted to me. If you doubt, just take a look about. Take a look at what and who you be, and you'll see that similar is attracted to thee. So if I desire to change what is attracted to me, I must amend those inward things about me. We spoke earlier of an innate divine ability. Not only does this require responsibility, but accountability. You must own the things and events that have been cloned. Acknowledge the seeds that you have sown. It has always been intended since we descended that we would be the creator of our own reality. But this happens as a result of your mentality. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Aya, what you think about that?
Yeah, that was all right. It was almost like a motivational speech. That poem. Yeah, he went into like that whole
It
motivational
was.
speaker.
I was
So
digging it.
what's
Yeah,
delicious
he took
about
me.
this whole
He took me
experience for me is
That was nice.
I don't feel like the words are mine. You know, I feel like they're ancestral words. I feel like they're streams of consciousness of great teachers and individuals who've lived wonderful experiences, who understand the workings of this universe. And it's just been a beautiful thing to hear that. I feel like that too. I feel like it's very motivational. And it's just even neater that some of it rhymes. But yeah, so thank you so much.
Yes, man, that was really, really dope. I'm so glad you came in and joined us. I'm gonna just mute you for a moment,
Sure.
and we'll get back and do the roundup. But I tell you what, we've had a few poets in the house tonight, but it has been awesome. I am just enjoying myself, and I feel so inspired. I so I'm gonna do another piece. This is crazy. I don't. When is the last time I performed at open mic?
Months and months ago.
Yeah, I typically don't really perform too many pieces if I'm hosting, or at least that's the goal. I try not to, you know. But this particular piece, I got to be honest. I kind of what Marcus said. I've said this before. Like when I write, I don't really feel like they're mine. You know, I just feel like I'm expressing them. In this particular piece, I kind of felt, let me just say it. I felt it was corny. I really did. I felt it was like a corny little piece. And I never really even really wanted to perform it, but it makes a whole lot of sense. And it's an old piece, but here it is. It's titled Unity. I keep hearing we need to, but we need to just do. We need to unify and stop watching each other die. Another mother cries, another officer lies, another hashtag life, another shared post, debates through comments on which lives matter most, but which side is matter enough to do better. I keep hearing we need to, well, we need to just do. Why can't we find unity where goodness is bond, where fairness and kindness and empathy are strong, where righteous lead with penalties for wrong? And I ain't singing no Kumbaya song. I just know it's not impossible for us all to get along. And I keep hearing we need to, well, we need to just do. What excuses are stored in your mind for you to remain unaffected, for you to be so disconnected, watch others clearly disrespected, lifestyles judged and rejected, outside of a belief that doesn't fit your own? I keep hearing we need to just do, because human is enough. Human is our community. Human is enough for us to have unity. And it really is that simple. We keep looking at each other like we're so different, and it's fine. There are differences about us. We're all uniquely different and uniquely imperfect, perfect, however you like to word it. But human is enough for us to have unity. And so, like I said, I never really wanted to perform that piece, because I was like, that just sounds like, well, what kind of poem am I talking about, unity? People not trying to hear that. They're really not trying to hear it. Do people really mean it? Do people really want to have unity? I don't know. So I tell you what, we're about to wrap this open mic up, and I'm going to bring each of the poets slowly back in. I'm going to bring them back into the stream, add them in, turn their mics on. How y'all feeling?
Great.
Fantastic.
You guys know how much I appreciate each and every one of you for, just finding it not robbery to share this time with us. So what I'd like to do is I just like everybody just to leave a last word. We're going to close the open mic, but leave a last word. We're going to start with Ayo.
Last word. I was here first. I'll be here last.
Respect.
Mm-hmm. It's as simple as that. I was here first and I'll be here last. I will see you safely to the cemetery.
They said the last shall be first and the first shall be last. How you feeling, Marcus? Last word.
Amazing. Life is presenting us with contrasting experiences so that we may ask for what we truly desire.
I respect that. Yes. Keon, what's going on, man? Last word.
Mine is a quote from Bruce Lee, and it's "Be water, my friend. Be water."
Yes, I remember that.
Yes. Good word. Miss Attitude. You still with us, Miss Attitude?
I am. I just want everyone to go out and vote in November. Protests are great, but we got to make it mean something. Peace and blessings. Miss Attitude.
Absolutely. I just want to thank all of you individually. I can't tell you enough how appreciative we are. This has been the Poets House Live Open Mic. We do this the last Tuesday of every month. And we'll be here next month, the last Tuesday in August. Now, I don't have a calendar in front of me, and I don't know what date that is, but it's the last Tuesday, and you can get your own calendar, and you can figure the date out. But at some point, I will post when we'll be doing this again. So I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch. I see a lot of people have been in the comments. I can see people who are up here watching live. I appreciate you guys because you really don't have to do it, and you did. So I want to thank you. And you know what? I'm going to just let you guys know this is it. I'm out. Poetry, lifestyle, media, because that's what I do. Peace.